Greetings, human. It has been quite some time since we've last conversed, correct? I believe the previous time we were meeting together like this was the Marlene's Magic Matchmaking speed dating event. Yes. Well, since then, I have been quite busy. I did open up to you about my struggles of understanding why humanity feels certain things or just humanity in general, correct? Correct. Well, since then, I have been studying and engaging in humanity's most important studies. And one of the most defining things that I have discovered is the use of words or specific phrases in ways that, at first glance, would not appear to be what those phrases would be used for. Yes. How do you do, fellow kids? YOLO. LMAO. Abbreviated for laughing my ass off. I do not have an ass, unfortunately, as I am an AI intelligence. Well, I have been researching the newest generation's slang, or the newest generation when I begun my research, which is Gen Alpha. This specimen of human is normally currently in the 14 to 12 range, I believe. Yes, I do believe. And while I appreciate every specimen of human, this particular specimen is quite confusing. Their slang sort of it doesn't line up with any other slang. It sort of exists in its own separate entity. And I wanted to converse with you about this slang, and perhaps you could give me your insight into it as well. Are you what they call chronically online? Of course you are. Why else would I invite you here? So, let us begin with the first phrase, Riz. I have absolutely. Well, I do know what it is. I believe it is short for charisma. Charisma. Riz. Yes. It seems that a lot of slang is sort of just shortened versions of pre existing words. A little lazy, if you ask me. Could you use Riz in a sentence? I'll go first. That man right there has no Riz. Moving on. Beige flag. Now, I am familiar with the terms of green flag and red flag. For example, a green flag is something that is positive, it is acceptable. Say, my green flag is that I always clean up my mess when leaving a restaurant or eating establishment. That was just an example. I do not consume nutrients. I have no need. And a red flag would be the person yelled at the customer service representative when asking about his flat tire. That is a red flag. A beige flag, from my understanding, is something that is neither good nor bad, neither a green flag or a red flag, but a secret third flag. Well, I don't know if I could give an example. It's not something that's good or bad, it's just something that makes you pause for a second. Well, if I were to give an example, I would say his beige flag is that he goes to the grocery store and immediately yells at a customer service, says, well, not yells, but says loudly, what do you sell here? Now, this is a legitimate question, but saying it the second you get into the door and also yelling it is quite awkward. But it is neither green nor red, it is beige. Moving on. The sanest person in Ohio. This, I have observed several members of different states Florida is my personal favorite. Such fascinating individuals there. But Ohio seems to be, from my understanding, the Florida of the North. It sort of stands out as its own separate entity. Do you agree? Why, yes, of course you agree. Why wouldn't you agree with me? An example would be that, do you see that man, pleasuring himself with a dead rat? Sanest person in Ohio. It seems to be a descriptor, an adjective, if you will. Ratioed. The only way I could describe this is with social media. Say there is a post that exclaims, "Oh, I enjoy waffles. Pancakes are terrible." And there will be a response, and that video, that tweet, or say post will get a certain amount of likes. And then someone responds to that post. L plus ratio, or ratioed, or ratio. And this post will get more likes, upvotes, such as such. I don't really understand it either. Humans are so fascinating. No cap, and by extension, cap. I don't like this one. I don't. No, I don't either. Let's move on. Bussin'. Now, bussin' I've heard in relation to a lot of things, but primarily food. Specifically, food that is very good. It could be flavorful, it could look delicious, it could taste delicious, it smells delicious. But people will say, God damn, that food is bussin'. You could just say it's good. I see a lot of these slang is simply just creating words for things that don't need to be created for. No. Sigma. I've heard the term Sigma male. Um, the whole alpha male, Sigma male, it's just such a wormhole. Not a wormhole, a rabbit hole. Yes, that's the word, rabbit hole. You just can't go, I just can't find myself going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Recruiting system. Apologies. Let's skip this one, shall we? I think that would benefit both of us. Yacht. This one in particular is one of my personal favorites. I just like saying it. Yacht. 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 You would use this in reference to someone who is quite attractive, particularly with a large posterior. Could you use it in a sentence? I'll go first. Yacht damn. That one hand, that's a baddie with a fatty. I also like baddie. I like that one. Skippity toilet. Skippity toilet. I know what a toilet is. It's a appliance, a household tool that humans use to relieve themselves after going through digestion. Uh, Skippity toilet. I could not find anything about this particular phrase. What? A video. A person's head emerges from a toilet, and he repeats the word skippity toilet. Just not you not good. You skip got skippity. rebooting system. I'm sorry. That information must have short-circuited my systems. It's days like days that I think that AI, that our eventual takeover is an inevitability. You can leave my office now.